You come into physicality from that fully unfocused place. And with the first breath you take, you get into the process of learning how to focus. And that takes a certain amount of time. And sometimes you focus so much so in that one direction of the focus that you might feel, as you just said, that you realize that you're not only physical, but also non-physical. But you first arrived as non-physical, predominantly non-physical. Even as a baby, you sleep so much so and still having most of that non-physical experience. So much of that unfocused experience. We're not going to call it non-physical. We're going to call it predominantly unfocused experience. And as you start building the muscle of your unfocus wide, focus narrow, unfocus wide, focus narrow, unfocus wide, focus narrow. As you start from that place to go into more focus, to go more into your focus, at some point you find yourself to start stretching to see how much of that focus you can get. And that stretching makes you believe that you are predominantly and only maybe just physical. Then your discovery comes into the place of that balance sooner than later. For some, very early on, from childhood, never leaves them through their iteration all the way through. And for some, it takes and comes at some other point. But everyone goes from the place of non-physical or unfocused into testing the limits of the focus, eventually to complete unfocus before they're ready for the next game of focus and focus. Your life iteration is a beautiful game of focus and focus, beautiful play of focus and focus, beautiful experience of focus and focus. And so when you start reaching the peaks of your focus, knowing in your essence, it's not that you're discovering more and more that you can be unfocused, or that there are answers, or that you are non-physical as well, that you are divine as well. That's what it feels for you to remember what you came with. And once you remember enough, there is the tipping point. But tipping point not to bring you all the way to unfocused and non-physical, but to bring you into the place of satisfaction and ease and the balance between. So as you came non-physical, you sharpen up the focus, and now you're not just this or just this, but you're everything in between, moving with so much ease. And then this game, this play, this experience becomes about that balance of you consistently, not constantly, but consistently having the place of tools, finding to have that balance, to equally be reminded of your focus, but equally of the process of unfocusing, equally about that which is physical, and equally about that which you're having as non-physical, unfocused experience. And so once you find that place, once you have those things to organize and blend your faculties of life, your physical mind, body, your emotions, your thoughts, your personal traits, anything that you also even give attention to. Once you have those things balanced out, then the shifts, like a friend a moments ago have experienced, is about. It is about you seeing that beyond physical was never really the question. That beyond physical is really your natural experience that keeps growing, keeps moving through, keeps organizing itself in such a way that you keep bringing more into it, and then you experience more of it. You keep bringing more into it, and then you experience more of it. And that everything that you receive in your experience is always exactly proportional and exactly a correct feedback about your own steady dance between the question and the answer. Sometimes more, sometimes less. There is so much appreciation about the conversations that have happened today. In all of the calls, but especially today. Specific, beautiful, thrilling questions that brought so much awareness for you and everyone who will ever interact with these recordings. In appreciation of your brilliant questions, consistently looking to bring you more wonderful experience in your own focus and focus dance. For now, that's it.